to SCC for another episode. This episode we're going to be talking about choosing your engine for your bike. Getting a lot of comments, messages, things like that. Hey, what engine do I need to achieve these top speeds, or to get my carcass up that hill that's always makes me pedal hard, or something like that. So first thing I'm going to do is cover the bikes. So there's a lot of different bikes out there. You can buy them from Walmart, Target, whatever. You can buy them where I go through, which is Bike Buyers out of California. You can even go through more specific companies that cater to a certain style bike frames. And for the most part, they're all going to be about the same. There are going to be some bikes like these are a lot better built than, let's say, Huffy. They're all good for riding around pedaling, and nothing against Huffy, but when it comes to mounting an engine on a bike, some bikes are better than others. One main rule to keep in mind, though, is that no matter what bike you get, with the exception of a very few custom-built bikes out there, they're not specifically designed to hold an engine, whether it's a 2-stroke, 4-stroke, whatever the cc size, no matter how small it is, they're not built for an engine. And this bike is no exception. It's just a lot beefier than your lower end bikes. So, like with all my other builds, I run a 49cc 4-stroke engine. I put well over 6,000 miles on all my builds combined. I've ran these frames with the exception of one other frame that I ran. It was a GTS Beach Cruiser full suspension build I did back when I first started a couple years ago. But I've never had a problem with welds or anything like that. I've never modified the frames. It's a simple bolt-in setting for the engine, and never had an issue with frames. Now, you got your 2-stroke engines, which are, if I remember correctly, it's either 66 or 80cc. You have your 49cc 4-stroke, and then you have the 79cc Predator and the 212cc Predator. Now, just to give you kind of a basic idea of sizes here, there are some full-blown motorcycles. Granted, they're small, they're for beginners, very, like, let's say a 5'4", 100-pound girl that's just starting out getting onto a motorcycle. That's where you buy the 125cc motorcycle. So that's an actual motorcycle. And there's a 212cc engine that is made to mount inside a bike. I'm not saying the bike is made for it, but the engine itself, the kit, is actually made to mount inside a bike. Bikes are not designed for, they're barely designed for, they're designed for pedaling. The 66 or 80cc 2-stroke engines or the 49cc 4-stroke is enough of a load on there. 79cc or 212cc, you're going to run into issues sooner or later. I know one guy that I was talking to, he built a trike and he put a 212cc on there. I think he made it just under 30 miles before he started tearing things apart. It's too much torque for what you have here. So, like in my last video where I talked about gearing, you can get a lot of power out of a 49cc stroke engine. You can put a 49cc 4-stroke, put a 44 or 48.2 sprocket on the rear, and I don't care if you're 200-300 pounds, that's going to get you up a hill, pretty decent sized hill at that too. Your top speed will be knocked down to the mid to high teens to low 20s, but it's going to have a lot of torque for you. Now, another thing to keep in mind, even if you are dealing with a 49cc and you're dealing with that higher torque, or even the 36.2 sprocket where it's not too much torque, you're going to have to beef up, especially your wheels. Your rear wheel, stock has 14 gauge spokes. I'd recommend something around a 12 or 11 gauge spoke to really beef it up, so you're not breaking spokes from that torque. Another reason that I shy away from 79cc and 212cc engines is I don't know if the laws are changing or people are just running into issues more and more, but even with the 2-strokes and the small 4-strokes, they're not legal. That people are running into a lot of issues where, depending on state, county, city, they're just not allowing them, or you need to register them like a regular bike, things like that. So you start getting into 79 or 212cc, you're really going to run into issues with that. You're just setting yourself up for a lot of issues with the law, tickets, things like that, and pretty much a wasted build. The loopholes that do exist out there are mainly for something that's 49cc or under. The laws that are out there, or the loopholes rather. So that's why I stay with 49cc. I know when I first saw the bigger engines, I'm like, ooh, big engines, power, gotta have it. But I stay with 49cc. It's relatively small. The two strokes are about half that size, so they're even smaller yet. 49cc fits in there great. It's not that wide, so it's still with a standard wide crankset on here. It's really easy to pedal. I'm not hitting the engine, I'm not burning my leg or anything like that. You start getting into 79cc or the 212cc, you got such a wide engine, and you've got to do different things with your exhaust. You get your carburetor sticking out the side. You got so many things going on there. It's just awkward. I haven't ridden on one yet, but from the pictures I see, it's a monstrosity. So you can't do a lot with gearing, and I will post a link to the gearing video at the end if you want to check out that video. And in that video, I go over the different specs for the different size sprockets, 36, 40, 44, and 48 tooth. What you can expect for top speed, what you can expect for torque. So I'll post that at the end of this video, and hopefully this helps you out a little bit. If you do have any questions, then feel free to let me know. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed another episode here. I hope this helped you out a little bit. Keep the comments coming. Any comments that I get, the same comments from different people. Once I start noticing a pattern, then I'll do a video for it and try and help everybody out. So I hope this helped you out. If you have any other questions, please either comment, or even better and preferably send me an email at sinistercustomcycles@gmail.com. You can also message me direct at facebook.com/SCCMN. And while you're there, post some pictures of your rides. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all your support. Lots more videos to come. A lot more good things to come. So stay tuned. We'll see you soon.